Ashton Kutcher and Diddy are best friends. For decades, they've hung out, they've watched football together, and they've also partied hard every night and went on wild adventures. Actually, Ashton says that he has stories about Diddy that he can't ever tell.
Lost myself at a Diddy party, didn't know that's how it goes. I was in it for a new Ferrari, but it cost me way more than my soul. Wasn't worth all the
Ashton Kutcher's long-standing friendship with Diddy Combs is under intense scrutiny following Diddy's recent indictment on serious criminal charges, but perhaps it's somebody else we should be suspicious of. Does Mila Kunis have any involvement in the Diddy scandal? And what does Ashton know about it? The recent indictment and arrest of Diddy Combs have brought a fresh wave of scrutiny to many of the celebrities closely associated with the music mogul over the years. Among those most frequently mentioned is actor Ashton Kutcher, a longtime friend of Diddy who has been a regular attendee of the rapper infamous white parties. The Kutcher has been open about his friendship with Diddy. His silence on the deeper, more troubling aspects of Diddy's lifestyle has raised questions.
The indictment and arrest of Sean Diddy Combs, spotlight has now moved to many of the celebrities who attended Diddy's lavish white parties. There's one celebrity he goes way back with, and that's Ashton Kutcher. The actor has gone on record discussing those parties and what he can't tell. Well, new claims are resurfacing, as well as some disturbing new clips.
In the interview, Kutcher struggles to share any specific anecdotes about Diddy's parties, instead opting to tell a story about going for a run with Diddy. Even in this seemingly innocent tale, there are hints of Diddy's controlling behavior. This small interaction, though lighthearted, paints a picture of Diddy as a figure who is deeply concerned with appearances and power dynamics.
Ashton Kutcher. Yes, the actor who's been friends with Combs for decades. In fact, Sean Evans of the channel First We Feast interviewed Kutcher while they ate spicy wings on Hot Ones some years ago. And he asked Kutcher about how he met Sean Combs and about Combs' infamous parties.
So, can't tell that one either. I mean, like actually cycling through them. Our relationship was really bizarre. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out, watch football together. And he came over, and I was like, I'm going for a run. He's like, oh, I'll go for a run with you. And so he comes over to go for a run. About halfway through the run, he's like, yo, I'm running out of gas right now. But we had like paparazzi all around us at the time. He's like, you gotta slow down, but make it look like you're not slowing down.
Because he had to
I don't want to look like I'm not gonna be able to finish this thing. And he was losing it. So we finished out the run, and then he was so upset over the fact that he got skunked on this run. That year he decided to run the New York Marathon. And so he just started immediately training for the New York Marathon.
I like that, bounce back.
Well, he just can't lose. Even when he's that close to humility, that like it becomes a driver, and so then he went out and ran them.
While this story in itself may not seem significant, the context of the recent allegations against Diddy makes it more unsettling. Diddy's white parties, known for their extravagant and exclusive nature, are now being viewed through a different lens as more disturbing details emerge about what may have taken place behind closed doors.
Diddy was once known for his boisterous personality, often appearing as a fun-loving guy who would host great parties, including his now infamous white party. But since his fall from grace, many who have filed lawsuits against him allege sinister activities were going on behind the scenes. At the center of the government's case against Diddy are his alleged freak-offs, which according to the indictment were elaborate and produced sex performances that Diddy arranged, directed, pleasured himself to, and often electronically recorded. But the freak-offs were first alluded to in Cassie's now settled federal civil lawsuit that was filed in November of last year and settled within a day. In the suit, it says Diddy would repeatedly ask Cassie at random moments that he wanted a freak-off or FO, and she was expected to facilitate the location and hiring of male sex workers. The suit would go on to say during their relationship, the mogul would insist on an FO weekly, which would often take place in hotel suites. It's alleged Diddy would pay to fly male sex workers to his location, which included cities in the United States, and he would require Cassie and his staff to help him make these arrangements. According to the federal indictment against him, when the federal agents searched through his homes during the raids, they seized drugs and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. In Cassie's suit, she alleged Diddy's assistant, who also set up the freak-offs, would stock the hotel suites with baby oil and Astroglide. And Diddy always supplied her and the sex workers with copious amount of drugs like ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, and ketamine. According to her suit, she would frequently get anxious before the FOs to the point she would become physically ill. But still, Diddy would shame her into performing for him, and if she didn't want to participate, she was met with anger and violence.
Ashton Kutcher's connection to these parties and his friendship with Diddy have come under intense scrutiny as a result, while there is no direct evidence linking Kutcher to any of the illegal activities that Diddy is accused of. His silence on the matter has led to growing speculation.
Well, it's, this is really based on reporting. I don't have firsthand knowledge of it, of course, but that it's been a joking and sort of bro-like relationship, I think is perhaps a way to characterize it, that they are buddies. They've been good friends. They've been back and forth with each other. And, it's sort of a typical, almost typical young celebrity bro type relationship is the way I'd characterize it. But we're seeing perhaps the limits of that in terms of not hearing anything from Kutcher, at least at this point, and probably not going to in terms of the situation that's evolved here.
In addition to the resurfaced questions about his ties to Diddy, Kutcher has faced significant backlash over his support for Danny Masterson. Both Kutcher and his wife Mila Kunis wrote letters of support for Master, causing outrage among the public, many of whom saw the couple's support of Masterson as dismissive of the victims.
More backlash today for Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis after their video explaining why they wrote letters of support for convicted rapist Danny Masterson. The actors were criticized for calling their former co-star a role model, among other things. And the consensus is that video didn't help.
We are aware of the pain.
Fierce backlash today for Ashton Kutcher and wife Mila Kunis as they apologize for the character letter calling That 70s Show star Danny Masterson an outstanding role model and exceptional older brother figure with a caring nature.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years. So that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read, and we're sorry.
One of the women Masterson was sentenced last week of raping, known only as Jane Doe number 1, is slamming their apology. This video was incredibly insulting and hurtful. Chrissy Bixler, another Masterson accuser, blasted Kutcher. In my opinion, you're just as sick as your mentor, referring to Masterson. But others today say they deserve some slack.
Yeah, there's no way that they were denying what had happened to the victim. No.
Now citizen sleuths looking for insight into Kutcher's relationship with Masterson have uncovered cringeworthy lost clips of the actor discussing a then 16-year-old actress, Hilary Duff, with whom he starred in the 2003 movie Cheaper by the Dozen.
She's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18.
This controversy significantly damaged Kutcher and Kunis's public image. Kutcher, who has long used his celebrity status to advocate for various causes, including the fight against human trafficking through his organization Thorn, found himself in the awkward position of supporting a convicted sexual offender while simultaneously positioning himself as a champion of victims' rights. The dissonance between these two positions has not gone unnoticed by the public, and it has only fueled speculation about what else the actor might be keeping quiet about.
Your first look at the letters from Danny Masterson's Hollywood pals to the judge pleading for leniency. And look who asked the judge for mercy: Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. The A-list married couple co-starred with Masterson on the sitcom That 70s Show for 8 seasons.
A big day for my big guy, huh?
In her letter, which was made public today by the court, Mila Kunis describes Masterson, a convicted rapist, as having a caring nature and says he is an outstanding role model. Danny has proven to be an amazing friend, confidant, and above all, an outstanding older brother figure to me. Ashton Kutcher calls him kind, courteous, and hardworking. He has always treated people with decency, equality, and generosity. The letters did not sway the judge. She sentenced Masterson to the max, 30 years to life, telling him, "Your actions were criminal. You will have to come to terms with their consequences."
Now with Diddy's arrest and the FBI reportedly investigating further ties to his alleged criminal activities, Rumors about the impact on Kutcher's personal life are beginning to swirl. Some reports suggest that Kutcher, who has remained relatively silent about the controversy surrounding Diddy, could be privately concerned about the potential fallout from the actor's long-standing friendship with the embattled music mogul. It is unclear whether Kutcher will publicly address his association with Diddy, but his continued silence has not helped to quell the rumors. Kutcher, with his prominent public profile and history of involvement with Diddy, may find him drawn further into the controversy as it unfolds, as Americans to bestow that right upon others, upon each other, and upon the rest of the world. But the right to pursue happiness for so many is stripped away. It's raped, it's abused, it's taken by force, fraud, or coercion. It is sold for the momentary happiness of another. And this is about the time up when I start talking about politics that the internet trolls tell me to stick to my day job. So I'd like to talk about my day job. My day job is as the chairman and the co-founder of Thorn. We build